Live. All right. What a day today is, because it is a day that I have been waiting for now for a long, long while. August 19th, 2025. As you can see on the screen, you can tell by the Capcom logo, you already probably know what this is. That's right, this is Resident Evil 2, the original. Today marks the day that we finally get Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. This is the dual stock version, which features all the extra content, including the battle mode. Super stoked about this one. I love the Resident Evil games, and I've been wanting to play them. And well, they gave it to us in all of its glory. This is sort of a remaster. It, from what I've seen, from what people have been talking about, this is a cool version of this game. And I didn't pay a dime for this. I was actually one of the lucky people to get this game, because when I came home, I had PlayStation.Plus. I pay the highest tier, yeah. So I was excited, and I'm like, regardless, I'm going to get to play this game. And I was just like, sure. Let me take a look and see what's going on. So all day, since like midnight last night, I've been just trying to get this game, like, so I can play it. And it didn't come out till like hours later. Finally, when it did come out, I was on my phone. I, did the thing, put them on my library. I was super stoked to have these into the library. Now I've seen the reviews of this. I watched one YouTuber, I think his name is Dreamcast Guy, and he was talking about how awesome these are and how they really did a good job with this. Let's take a look at this real quick. Before we start, let's go into the features of this. So if you press this little button here, I can't really show it to you, but press the little option button on your controller, you'll bring up the rewind feature. At least I think the game is still going. Let me just make sure that I'm still freaking broadcasting. I am, okay. So, you have rewind feature, which is awesome. This lets you rewind a certain part of the game if you get stuck. That's kind of cool. Load and save lets you load and save your stuff, as you can see. You get a whole bunch of save slots, so that's awesome. I think you get about, what, 20 maybe? Which is very, very handy and very helpful. The options here, settings-wise, so you have the visual presentation where you can change it to default, modern, classic arcade, modern arcade. I like the default, honestly, just because I just like it that way. I'm not even going to change that. I did change the video aspect from 4x3 for 16:9, and I upped it to 4x3 for 16:10. Now, I don't know. Maybe I kind of want to do the stretch, but maybe not. The stretch kind of looks weird. The squared one just makes it, and then there's 1x1, and then there's the Native Revolution, which looks like, yeah. So I'll do the 4x3 for 16:10. That I actually do like that. Colors here you can change and up the brightness and all the gamma and do all that. I'm not going to do all that. There's customized button assignments, so you can make your own present custom controls. The whole disc situation they did figure out. So here's where you get to change your disc. So you switch between Leon and between Claire. That's perfectly fine. There's also regions. You can play PAL or NTSC, but you can't play Japanese. Don't know why. I think PAL is overclocked and runs at a different speed. So for someone who wants to play that version, sure, try it out. Maybe it's better. It runs slower. you like attributes, that just gives you all the copyright information. These are basically all the emulators that they're using and all the different stuff. It goes on for a good minute, but it's not that long. It's a third party emulator, blah blah blah. You know the deal. So there's a decent amount of customizing options here for you. The rewind feature is nice, especially for Resident Evil 3 because I've never finished Resident Evil 3. Now, not that I would want to say I'm going to use it often, but knowing now that I can also save as many times as I want, I'm definitely going to be wanting to do like some of the challenges where I complete stuff, and we'll get to that later. But let's play Resident Evil 2 here. There's load, original, the arranged game, which has you start off with more ammo and better weapons.
A bizarre incident occurred in the outskirts of an American suburb called Raccoon City. It was later revealed that the terrible disaster had been caused by the T virus, a mutagenic toxin created by the international enterprise Umbrella Incorporated for use in bioweapon experiments. The Raccoon City Police Department's Special Stars Unit immediately began investigation in the affair. The case was apparently closed, thanks to the efforts of STARS members Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. But the Umbrella Corporation's experiments were far from finished.